Well, we don't expect up and down door. Fast basketball, these teams prefer to operate in the half court. They're very methodical, but fun to watch.
Hey, good basketball, regardless of the pace at which it's run, is good basketball. And with these two teams, movement, screening, high IQ offensive basketball, I'm here for that.
So the net starting five. Watford out there with Williams. Then there's Cam Thomas. Then it's DeAnthony Melton. And it's Claxton in at the 5.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
You get the sense there is a...
And I tell you what, Ball has some nifty dunks up his sleeve, effortlessly getting off the ground to bash that one in.
Here's Watford. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Pass to Herter. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg, but with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
Ball from long range. Offensive rebound. Herter on the wing. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic.
Well, just because he's a center, don't be deceived. Vucevic loves connecting with his teammates. Pretty pass.
Pass to Melton. And here is Thomas. Melton with a screen on Ball. Thomas, that's good.
And how about the payback there, guys? You do you, I do me.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire. A little bit of pride at stake.
Now Herter. Shot clock at 6. Herter with a screen on Melton. The shot by Buzelis, no good. Brooklyn's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Here's Watford. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Ball from long range. It's hauled in by Claxton. The Nets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. In the corner, it's Watford. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Bulls trail by 3. Ball finds Herter. Vucevic setting the pick for Herter. Ball from long range. And the Bulls with another miss. Ball's gone 1 of 4 from the field. Williams passes to Watford. Outside Williams. Pass to Watford. It's stolen by Vucevic.
2 minutes.
White, wide open. He fired. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Yeah, you have got to honor White on the perimeter. Once he gets comfortable from there, it's going to be bad news for the defense.
To the inside. It's tipped. Outside for Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Watford. Stolen by Ball. And here's the fast break. Here's Herter. Finished off the break. Herter's got 5.
Yeah, and Ball is an incredibly gifted passer. Just excels at getting his guys going.
Pass to Melton. Stolen by Ball. In the corner. Herter with it. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. 7 points in the game. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Bulls?
Right off the bat, they're going after the ball, looking to jump into the passing lanes and create some steals in transition.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
Thomas with the ball. He's picked up by White. Cam Thomas, and that's good. Thomas got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Nets. And the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Claxton.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Herter kicks to White. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. White's got his second bucket of the night.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
It's Thomas on the wing. Screen by Watford. Out to the right wing. Over Buzelis. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. A good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. We've got Whitehead. Martin is out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then it's Johnson, and it's Clowney in at the center. Chicago leading. The recent history of the Nets. You know, Greg, they're always looking for a big splash or a quick fix to be competitive.
And Kevin, this franchise has sold its future more than a few times, but they always find a way to bounce back. You hope they don't go for a quick fix with this group. Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Johnson sets the screen for Martin. Taken away. Dosunmu with it, and it's Martin picking him up. Here's Williams. He takes it in. Pass to Dosunmu. Collins kicks to Giddey. Collins a screen on Russell. Giddey on the three off target. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by one. And Clowney can't get it to go. Chicago has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. They get it back. On the wing, Giddey. Outside, Williams. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist. Williams has got 5 points now in the quarter. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, GA?
Hey, Kevin. The Brooklyn Nets wasted no time hiring their next coach, Jordi Fernandez, shortly after the conclusion of last season. Despite his youth, Fernandez has been on the rise after stops as an assistant with the Kings, Nuggets, and Cavs, as well as coaching the Canadian national team. Kevin?
You know, DA, we've been talking about Jordi Fernandez for a long time. Now his big break. I know we all are for Coach Fernandez. Hey, David, thank you. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. The Nets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. It's been a few years now, Doris, but it feels like point guard is the position in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, we certainly have our share of great point guards. Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they seem to be in the MVP conversation consistently. But the last couple MVPs, you look back, you've got a couple of centers. For a long time, the small forward spot dominated the game. It's really something that's in constant flux.
Knocks down the three ball.
Just finding the open man and making sure it's on time and on target. This is who Josh Giddey is.
And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down to 1, and the bucket from Russell.
Well, he showed right there. This guy capable of making shots, especially if you leave him that wide open.
Williams for threes. Another three for Chicago.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And it's Martin missing.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Outside Williams. Three-pointer. That's good. And so Giddey with the assist. Giddey's got 4 assists now tonight. Russell with it. He's picked up by Collins.
See, to me, the more D'Angelo Russell passes the basketball, the better his team is. Encouraging to see him focus on it.
Kicks it out to Collins. Another three for Chicago.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
And Clowney can't get it to go. Outside Williams. Ball's knocked loose. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Cuts off the pass. Russell looking around. Pass to Clowney. There's the pick. Going inside. There's Whitehead. Shot clock at 5. There's the triple. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got his 4th rebound in this one. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Over in the corner, Dosunmu. Back to Giddey. The kick out to Williams for 3. And it's Russell with the rebound. And Jalen Horton-Tucker is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Whitehead. Up in time. And he trains the 3, but let's see. They may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up, and even before we...
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter.
The net, 27. Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shots. Drum roll. They're measuring up the shots.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
Kevin Huerter is out there with Buzelis. And it's Vucevic, then it's White, and it's Ball in at the point. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Nets trail by 4. Pass to Thomas. Here he goes. Slam dunk by Thomas.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Chicago ball.
Here's Ball. White setting the pick for Ball. No good on the 3. And it's Williams with the ball for Brooklyn. A 2-point game. Pass to Watford. For the tie. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. And another miss by Chicago. Brooklyn's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17.
Brooklyn ball.
Stolen by Ball. And that one drops. And the Bulls lead by 4.
And really an outstanding combination of length and athleticism. Ball is the perfect guy to take it coast to coast.
Here's Melton. 3-pointers off the mark. The Bulls have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming unblocked at the break. Huerter against Melton. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line.
At the line for Chicago.
George, what's the key for a team like the Nets, who have to hit the reset button, so to speak?
I think, Kevin, you have to find consistency at the head coaching position, because then you can set clear and achievable goals for your team going forward. You set a style of play, commit to it, and just build year by year, game by game. This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Oh, Claxton in position. Watford inside. Outside Thomas. 5 on the clock. Claxton a screen on ball. Thomas, good.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Ball, the pass to Herter. Vucevic setting the pick for Herter. Bangs home the trifecta. Herter's got 10 points in the game.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Melton kicks to Thomas. Melton passes to Thomas. The Nets working the ball around now. A slam dunk by Thomas.
Unbelievable explosion. Shows a great burst to the rim and extends over the taller defender.
Here's Buzelis, and then Buzelis with the dunk.
Slick drive by Buzelis. He moves well for a guy that size.
Melton passes to Watford. Traps in the tray. He's got 5.
Boy, major defensive lapse on that trip, leaving him all alone in three-point territory, and he drills it.
Ball kicks to Herter. Oh, here comes Williams all alone. And it's slammed in by Williams.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Williams with a clean look. No good from outside.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
Bulls basketball.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Horton Tucker, the pass to Terry. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Terry's got the lead up to 8 now for the Bulls.
Love the play there on the inbound. The defense lost contact with him, and he knocks down the triple.
That's good by Whitehead.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Here's Giddey. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Russell. And now here's Johnson, a fast break chance. Sharp, the pass to Whitehead. Johnson with a screen on Terry. That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Whitehead.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around.
Sinks the three-pointer. Giddey's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Boy, Giddey, if he becomes a knockdown three-point shooter, you will not be able to guard this guy.
Russell kicks it out to Johnson. Martin with the screen for Johnson. Outside, Russell. Sharp with a screen on Williams. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Bull. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And so it's Brooklyn with it. They trail by 3, shutting the floor for the Nets. Johnson is out there with Sharp. Then it's Russell. Then it's Martin. And it's Whitehead in at the small forward position. And the rejection by Collins. Giddey kicks to Terry. Back to Giddey. From outside the arc. Brooklyn with the rebound. Here's Whitehead. They get the rebound. Russell, a screen on Williams. Here's Whitehead. Terry covering. Just 3 to shoot. Johnson from outside. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Collins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. It's Terry outside. Another shot. Pass to Horton Tucker. And the first shot of the night for him missing. And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Bucket is good.
Well, in the open floor, D'Angelo Russell understands he can be special.
Giddey with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Giddey the pass to Williams. One-on-one here. And the foul called on Josh Giddey. That is his first foul of the game. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Thomas passes to Watford. In the corner, it's Melton. Good on the triple. And the Nets lead by 2. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works with the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
White against Melton. Back to Watford. Clock at 6. Nifty move.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the
First free throw is good.
Second team foul. Shooting for Brooklyn.
And Watford drops them both. Here's Ball. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Yes, it's a fall. The bucket from Herter.
How about the vision there by Ball, showing the unselfishness, just being a willing passer.
Williams passes to Claxton. Got a piece of it. Over in the corner, Williams. And stolen by White. Here's Vucevic. Off target with his 3. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th wall. And that's a rugged play.
That's straight toughness. Wow, Vucevic with the big-time delivery. The Montenegrin says, that's my shot.
Here's Melton. A putback. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Vucevic setting the pick for Buzelis. Pass to Vucevic. Over to the wing. Ball kicks to Vucevic. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 5 assists tonight.
You love the decisiveness with which Vucevic is making these decisions. He's got the green light to shoot it on the catch.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Thomas passes to Watford. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Herter on the wing from downtown. Off the mark, only his 2nd miss in 7 attempts. Paxton with it, now guarded by Ball. Here's Watford. No good from outside, got the defender off his feet with the bump fake, but couldn't knock it down. And here's Herter outside. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
Not everyone has the green light to take that 3 in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
Here's Claxton. Yes!
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what? Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
6 to shoot. Buzelis, no one around him. That 3 off the mark.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Now, Vucevic from deep, Herter, no good. And so it's Chicago winning this one. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rim
trying to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
And now let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Charlotte Hornets. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Okogie in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Ball. Out to Bridges. Outside, Williams. Ball surveys the floor. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Yeah, inside Ball has to rely on his agility. That's how he finds his way to close-range looks.
Pass to Buzelis. Count the basket.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Here's Okogie. Back to Williams. That one drops for him.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And that just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
Now here's Ball. 4-3. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Fearless from beyond the arc, LaMelo has unlimited range and tremendous confidence.
Ball, kick out to White. Pass to Buzelis. Outside, Williams. Three-pointer. Hornets with the rebound. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Here's Okogie. And the Hornets, another 3.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Here's Ball. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
And I like the mix of power and agility Ball uses inside. One way or another, he's going to get a shot.
Vucevic, a screen on Ball. Ball finds Vucevic. Ball against Ball. Ball no good. Hornets leading by 3 and keeping us updated from the sideline. Allie LaForce.
Well, Brandon Miller caught some flack when he named Paul George as his GOAT, but PG-13 said, I know what he meant by it. Obviously, I'm not the greatest of all time, but it's about who inspires you. Miller, for his part, not backing down and saying, how the league is built now, Paul George is the right person to study for this generation. Ryan?
Allie, thanks.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
2 minutes.
Ball against Ball. The drive by Miller. Oh!
Wow!
And he goes in for the dunk.
And that's how Miller can take his game to the next level, by being aggressive and attacking the basket.
Williams from long range. Tips it up. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Great anticipation off the missed shot.
Oh, his timing was impeccable. The kick out to Williams. For 3, Bridges. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Out left to the wing. Three-pointer, Vucevic. Williams grabs the board.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Miller outside. Three-pointer. And the Hornets, another 3.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller is so quick off the catch.
Ball surveys the floor. Vucevic, a screen on Ball. The kick out to Williams. Back to Ball. The ball's knocked loose. And here's Ball. He's got 5. Miller outside. Here's the break. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
Ball against Ball. The kick out to Williams. Up top, Bridges. And Williams punches it home.
Incredible work right there on the glass. Just doing all he can to extend that lead.
Hey, once you got him on the ropes, keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of it.
And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Hornets.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And another thing, they found the open man. Really playing unselfish basketball, moving the ball around there on the perimeter.
This is how the floor looks for the Hornets starting the second. They've got Yusuf Nurkic. Williams is out there with Smith. And it's Moore in at the 2 spot. Smith outside. 6 to shoot. And at last, they get one to fall. Smith's got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, Smith plays bigger than his size. He's got great bounce, and it helps him make plays there on the inside.
And the basket by Horton Tucker.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Pass to Jeffries. Back to Smith. Let's go with a 3. Collins with the rebound. Chicago trailing here after undergoing 3 ankle surgeries in 10 months in 2020 and 2021. Coach Zach Collins has bounced back amazingly.
He really has, Brian. And the injuries have really been the only problem for Zach Collins. He's got size, skill, and toughness. This guy is a very effective player when he's healthy.
His story is inspirational.
It is indeed.
Oh, what a performance offensively.
They're really rolling at that end. Excellent game plan.
And so it's Nurkic who brings up the ball for the Hornets. That one's good by Moore.
Yeah, nice pass by Smith. I mean, putting his teammate in position to score.
Here's Giddey driving inside. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
A play like that can be a real shot in the arm for a squad. Maybe help them build a little momentum.
Hey, you love to see that kind of energy with the game hanging in the balance. Williams. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Well, Brian, you probably have to start with Rudy Gobert. But we've got guys like Brook Lopez, Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, and then we've got 2 young ones coming up that could be as good as we've seen in Wimby and Chet Holmgren.
Oh, a nice shot by Collins.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Yes, Smith has some bunnies on him. Gets off the floor fast to slam it down.
The 3, Smith, and the 3-pointer goes. Smith's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, it's a 3-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Second team foul.
Charlotte has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Here's Nurkic driving in, and the layup is good. And the Hornets lead by 2.
Tough to get up in Nurkic's face. At 7 feet, he's a towering presence.
Over to the left wing, the 3, Smith. Rebounded by Nurkic. Charlotte's gone 4 of 6 from 3-point range thus far. Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
Williams passes to Smith. Off target from outside. Chicago has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. Giddey with it. Guarded now by Williams. And here's Collins for 3. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got his 3rd assist of the night.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. That's on Grant Williams.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
Stan, it's hard to believe, but the Bulls have not won a playoff series since 2015.
Well, look, Brian, it's hard to win in this league. And when you're rebuilding, trying to find the mix that'll get you over the top is a difficult chore.
Long way from those Michael Jordan glory days. Here's Smith. Charlotte again missing.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Off target with the 3. Hornets trail by 3. And it's the Hornets on the break. Finished off the break. Jeffries has got his first basket.
Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
A dead-eye shooter, Nick Smith, is great from three-point land. That might be his biggest asset to this team.
Here's Giddey. Outside Horton Tucker. They set the pick, and there's a whistle. That goes on Taylor Horton Tucker. That'll be a second foul of the game.
A great job to establish position and square up.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Smith. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow!
They credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a strong, positive note.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Charlotte on top. They're up by 2. We've got more. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Boy, it's been quite a game for Lonzo Ball.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
Patrick Williams out there with Buzelis. Then there's Nikola Vucevic. Then it's Ball, and it's White in a shooting guard. That's the group for Billy Donovan, getting going here in the second half. Pass to Okogie. Shot clock at 6. To the inside. White with the steal.
Well, that's what you want to do, but he didn't have the angle to get the pass in there.
Nice catch and finish on the lob.
That was a sensational pass. And then the catch and finish in the same motion? Ridiculous.
Alley-oops like that are so rare, you simply have to take a second to enjoy it.
You're putting it on the deck. Wow. Buzelis is just dangerous on the move.
The kick out to Williams. Pass to Okogie. Ball right side. And here are the Hornets with another bucket. And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Ball against Ball. Here's Buzelis. And it's good. Off the back rim and in. Buzelis has got 6.
As a passer, Ball has great fundamentals. His timing and accuracy are right on the money.
Williams a screen on Ball. Ball passes to Okogie. Back to Ball. Chicago grabs the miss.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
And given LaMelo Ball is 6'7", how does this give him an advantage in his position, Greg?
Well, B.A., he's able to score on smaller guards, as well as see over them and find his teammates. His height and quick decision-making are real weapons.
Ball against Ball. Ball ventures inside and converts. Here in the second half, these teams still neck and neck.
I really like how each team is matching the other's intensity.
Vucevic, a screen on Ball. Ball passes to Vucevic. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 5 assists tonight.
A truly dynamic big man. Vucevic really has the ability to shoot from almost anywhere on the floor.
Second personal foul.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Ball outside. Pass to Okogie. The kick out to Williams. Ball right side. 6 on the shot clock. Yep, that one's good. Ball's got 6 in the quarter.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
The kick out to Williams. Knocked loose. Stolen by Miller. Ball against ball.
2 minutes.
Ball passes to Williams. And it's Chicago with a board. Ball outside. Shoots from the baseline. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist by Ball. Williams has got 5 points.
A mistake by the defense. You can't let Ball's teammates get open because he will find them.
And Ball gets it to go. Neither team has been able to assert its dominance over the other.
Yeah, the struggle is real tonight. 7 lead changes and still in the third quarter.
Knocks it loose. White on the wing. Pass to Buzelis. Williams with the screen. Okogie pulls down the board. The Hornets have gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the third quarter. Oh, automatic around the rim.
Yeah, nice quick transition play from Ball. Getting out ahead of the defense and converting on the fast break.
Ball. Now Vucevic. Picked by Vucevic. Williams into the lane. And Williams punches it home.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And Miles Bridges is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. So Chicago ends up going with a new group. So for the Hornets. Herter passes to Collins. With the drive, here's Horton Tucker. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Drops in the 3. Incredible game. This lead has been exchanged 8 times.
Tremendous show of will and resilience on both sides.
And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play. Charlotte shooting their second attempt at the line tonight.
And for Smith, the quickness, the jump shot, the potential. I mean, it's all there.
Giddy into the lane. And he throws it down with one hand.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
It's all tied in Chicago. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guard. Set others up, play the game the right way.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hornets. We've got Smith, Grant Williams out there with Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Moore in at the 2.
Won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Collins, no good. Charlotte has gone 7 of 11 from outside the arc. Nice percentage from distance so far. Smith passes to Nurkic. Yep, count it. And the Hornets lead by 2.
Yeah, in the paint, Nurkic can be a monster. He's got all the physical gifts he needs to dominate.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
And a new group getting ready for Chicago. Vucevic, he's checked in for Collins. Buzelis comes in for Smith. Williams is checked in for Horton Tucker. And it's all in for Giddy.
Okay now, Rook. Buzelis showing he can finish with some power.
Ball no good. The Bulls have gotten just one shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Ball left side. And stolen by Williams. Fast break. Here come the Hornets. And Ball gets it to go. Ball's got 19 points. All right, let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Charlotte.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off of transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's his third foul so far.
First team foul.
Here's Ball. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. And stolen by Williams.
Well, that's just great awareness. He was ready and took it in.
This is the very definition of a back-and-forth contest.
Yes, neither side taking its foot off the gas. I'm expecting a spectacular finish.
Here's Williams. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Down low. And it's Bridges with the jam.
The playmaking ability of Ball. So crafty and skilled at finding his guys.
Williams misses. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. It's a one-point game. Here's Herder. Pass to Buzelis. Williams on the wing. Herder, a screen on Miller. Here's Williams. The kick out to Ball. The three is up. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 5 rebounds tonight. Ball against Ball. Out to Bridges. Takes the three. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Ball's got his 5th assist in this one. Here's Buzelis. Here's Herder. Here's the pick. Ball with it. He's picked up by Miller. The kick out to Williams. Clock at 6. The Bulls need to get off a shot. Here's Ball. He hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Easy to understand why they leave Ball out here in these moments. He knows how to deliver.
Here's Ball. An easy 2 on the layup. Ball's got 16 in the second half.
Oh, clutch points from Ball. You can't forget he's 6'7", and that really helps him get shots off when it matters the most.
No problems knocking that one down.
Look to a machine like Gooch when you need him most. He's a reliable offensive option who comes through for his club.
Out to Bridges. Back to Ball. Lets the three fly. It's kept alive. 54 seconds left in the final quarter. Tries the spin move. Ball with the rebound.
I think that spin move might have put him off balance a little as he's unable to find the cup.
Pass to Herder. Fires the three. No good. Miller with it. Guarded now by Williams. Miller outside. Ball outside. Lets it fly. Money.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
Now here's Ball.
I can't believe that took so long. They needed to foul much sooner.
5th personal foul.
He drops the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion.
One for the Hornets.
And so both free throws good, and it's a 5-point game.
And that'll just about do it. Coming through at the line in a big spot.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. Just 4 seconds left to play in the fourth. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
They just haven't put it all together tonight.
But they're not going down without a fight. They'll keep game planning and playing until the final whistle.
Outside Herter. Here's the three. That one no good. And so it's Charlotte winning this one. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Okogie in at the 3. Now, here's Thomas. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, that's how he rolls. I mean, intimidate the opponent right now.
For 3, Okogie. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Brooklyn with the ball. That's good for Thomas on the assist by Claxton. Thomas got his second bucket tonight.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Thomas. Pass to Claxton. Here's Williams. Second shot opportunity. Here's Okogie. And the ball goes out of bounds. As touched by Claxton.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
For Charlotte, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Clark with the Hornets, they were hit with injuries as hard as any team in the NBA in the 23-24 season.
Kevin, I couldn't agree with you more. They were so unfortunate in that regard, and it's not anything you can control, and it made it almost impossible for them to have a productive season because of those injuries.
Claxton inside. He's against Williams. Williams kicks to Thomas. Rebound by Okogie.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Bridges shot. Good.
No hesitation from Bridges there. He knows exactly when he should look to shoot it off the catch.
Stolen by Ball. Here's Okogie. Goes back up. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Hornets.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 3 assists now in this one. On the wing, Williams. And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Screen by Watford. Melton passes to Watford.
Last 2 minutes to play. First quarter.
Shot clock at 6. Ball against Williams. From T. Thomas.
And you know Miller was in his head on that one. Nice job just staying connected, making the shot uncomfortable.
One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
Melton gets to Thomas to stop the run. Bridges with some nice defense.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Shots good by Miller.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass was coming.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks very much. Was able to talk with Jordy Fernandez for a minute. In talking to Coach, he discussed the hidden talents of LaMelo Ball. Coach said he's still a young player in this league, but we can't take that lightly. We've seen what he's done to soft defenses. We need to be physical. So we'll see if that defense tightens up for them. Guys?
Thanks, David. And Jordy Fernandez has called a timeout. He wants to talk to his guy. Nets trail by 15. Melton passes to Thomas. Oh, and there's the foul. It's on Josh Okogie. That's his first foul. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. LaMelo Ball picks one up. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
And just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Perfect communication and timing on that alley-oop. Bridges saw the opening and then bounced right to the rim.
Melton passes to Watford. Hits it from three-point range.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Charlotte leading by 12. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Ball slams it in.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Williams against Claxton. Pass to Williams. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
The Hornets shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. First free throw is good.
At the line for Charlotte, LaMelo Ball, 2 shots.
Ball hits them both.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
To the paint with 2 seconds left. And it's Williams laying it in. And it's 6 points for Williams.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And the Hornets have been rolling right along, haven't they?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
On the court for the Hornets, they've got Smith. Grant Williams is out there with Nurkic, and it's Jeffries in at the 3, the small forward. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead has got down to 12 points. The points that time coming from Whitehead. Smith kicks to Williams. Moore outside. Smith outside. Five to shoot. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Cameron Johnson's checked in for the Nets.
Coming up on the floor for your Nets, number 2, Cameron.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Here's Russell into the lane. Johnson outside. There's the pick. 11 feet away. Back to Russell. Johnson right side. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Johnson's got his first basket. Mark, you had a chance to defend a lot of great scores in your time in the NBA.
Yeah, I did. It wore me out too, Bart. I mean, I think the attitude of those guys stands out. Their relentlessness, the skill level obviously was there, but it was the relentless pursuit of the basketball and scoring opportunities. Bernard King, Larry Bird, Alex English, Marcus Johnson was near the tail end of his prime, but he was a problem too. I mean, there were a number of guys in that. Kelly Tripucka. Woo! Yeah, don't make my head spin.
Now, here is Russell. Following the missed shot by Nurkic. Russell with the bucket.
Boy, you look at D'Angelo Russell. He's got a sweet stroke. The lefty can knock it down from 3, but always seems to be playing at his pace, under good control.
And it's Smith missing.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last 3, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Here's Clowney. Offensive rebound. Back to Sharp. Tries again. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Smith left side. Nurkic the pass to Williams. From deep, Moore. Rebounded by the Nets. In recent seasons, the Charlotte Hornets, Clark, have been very active in the trade market.
Well, it seems like they're always wheeling and dealing. I mean, they're on a quest for that perfect fit lineup, moving pieces around, trying to find the right recipe for success.
And stolen by Russell. From past the arc. A three-pointer is right on target. Now just a 2-point Hornets lead.
He can knock it down from range, convert at the rack. And there you see the pull-up by D'Angelo. Multifaceted as a scorer.
Now here's Moore. He has yet to score. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Williams at the elbow. Nurkic can't connect from 13 feet out.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Wide open. Nets passing it around. Here's Clowney. He's guarded by Nurkic. Sharp with a screen on Smith. Russell from long range. Kicks it out to Johnson. Sharp with a screen on Williams. And the whistle blows. And it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Yeah, you want your team to be aggressive on the glass, but he was a little too zealous for that rebound.
Yeah, it appeared to me as he was trying to get a piggyback ride, man. That's an easy call to make and gonna be called every time.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Smith's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And from beyond the arc, he puts a stop to that 12-0 run by Brooklyn.
Back to Russell. The three. Good on the three-point shot. Russell's got 11 points in the quarter.
You know, pretty much anybody can hit that shot when they're that wide open. I mean, terrible defense.
Nurkic dishes to Williams. Fires for three. And it's the Hornets another three.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Powered down as the whistle blows. A three-point play chance.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Down low. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Johnson surveying the floor. There's Russell with the three. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Hornets ahead. They lead by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums, please. They're measuring up the shot.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Man, we're seeing a tremendous game from LaMelo Ball.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
We've got Trendon Watford. DeAnthony Melton out there with Cam Thomas. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. And it's Williams at small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now here's Williams. Claxton the pass to Melton. Pass to Williams. Thomas with it. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And Claxton throws it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Here's Ball. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Ball's got 13 points.
Boy, making it look very easy. Ball has been unguardable tonight.
Cam Thomas was the 27th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft GA. I think a lot of teams, wouldn't you agree, are regretting passing on.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to believe that he fell all the way to the end of the first round. Lots of teams would love to have a scorer like that on their roster.
Ball exploding off the floor for a big slam. The young fella's got some pretty good hops on him.
On the wing, Melton. Covered by Miller. Outside for Thomas. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. Clark, the 2021 Rookie of the Year, LaMelo Ball. And the only thing holding him back now is his health.
It certainly is, and it's unfortunate because he's a talented, fun-to-watch player. He's already missed a bunch of games early in his career, but he is the total package as a point guard now. Great length at 6'7", and I still think he has MVP potential. It's a matter of can he stay on the floor.
Claxton sets the screen for Melton. Watford passes to Melton. Williams, a screen on Miller. From deep, Thomas. Ball with the rebound.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Brooklyn with the rebound. Claxton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Nets trail by 5. In the corner, it's Watford. And stolen by Miller. Drives to the hoop. And it's Miller with the jam.
And Miller moves well for a guy his size and finds the shot there off the drive.
Thomas finds Claxton. Back to Thomas. Claxton a screen on Miller. Thomas down low. He's against Miller. On the wing, Williams. He's covered by Ball. And the Nets miss again. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
That athletic ability gets Bridges to the rim there. He almost totally shrugged off the defense.
Now here's Thomas. And he uses the glass on the layup. Thomas got 6.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
You know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
Here's Williams. He's got 9. There's the drive. Bridges with the board. Charlotte leading by 7. Here's Ball. Got it. And he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
It's good to see Ball not settling for a jump shot. He's at his best when he's attacking the rim.
To the inside. Pass to Claxton. On the wing, Melton. Over Williams. Melton, no good. Charlotte has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Connects from three-point range.
The defense must honor Ball's three-point shot. He's more than ready to snipe away if you give him the opportunity to do so. You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
And then Ball slams it in.
Ball definitely has some ups now. Flashing his way to the rim right there.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Gets it to go. That one good from Melton. And here's Charlotte. They're on an 18-7 run. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Smith outside. Pass to Nurkic. Over Russell. LaMelo Ball getting it done for the Hornets. He's at the quarter-century mark. 20. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth, we've got Yusuf Nurkic. Smith is out there with Grant Williams. And it's Moore in at the shooting guard position. And Clowney can't get it to go. Hornets lead by 12. Shoots the three. Hits the three-point bomb. Moore's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. There's the three. Kept alive. There's Whitehead. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Smith kicks to Moore. Back to Smith. Lets it go with a three. And another three for Charlotte.
Steady from beyond the arc. Smith's improvement from there could really make him a dangerous player.
And they go to the intentional foul. For both teams changing it up here.
Substitutions.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Sinks the triple.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Charlotte's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. To the paint. Bridges misses. Nets trail by 13. Melton passes to Watford. Left side Williams. Here's Claxton. Second chance shot, and he sinks the layup.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Ball, shooting foul as the... And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now.
Shooting for Charlotte. Another ball.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
On the clock, screen by Watford, and he trims the lead to single digits.
You know, he may lack size, but Melton's an effective scorer inside. He plays bigger than he is.
Here's Ball, up and in on the layup. Ball's got 16 here in the second half.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Bridges outside. No good from outside.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
There's a screen by Williams. Pass to Okogie. And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Melton passes to Claxton. Williams with the block. And they're able to recover. Here's Whitehead. Buries the long-range jumper.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Here's Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Pass to Claxton. Williams for three. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 7 rebounds in the game. Ball against Williams. Williams, a screen on Williams. Here's Okogie. A 3-ball. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. And the Hornets lead by 13.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Hornets.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for LaMelo Ball.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Drains it from beyond the arc. Claxton with the steal. Pass to Whitehead. Right side, Williams. And stolen by Miller. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And Charlotte turns it over again.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
Craig, nothing short of some once-in-a-lifetime plays are going to save them now.
Yeah, the door is just about to close on this one. But hey, never say never.
And the foul called on Brandon Miller. That's his first foul. 17 seconds left in the game. Pass to Whitehead. Screen by Watford. Swiped away. So it's Charlotte picking up the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mid, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the still. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him
Teams like to slow it down and play their half-court sets.
When you're a young player, that can be a bit frustrating, but when you're a vet, you welcome games like this where everyone can take their time.
And a look at the starters for the Bulls. Taylor Horton-Tucker is out there with Buzelis. Then it's Lonzo Ball. Then it's Kobe White. And it's Vucevic in at the 5, roaming the paint. Thomas, a screen on White. Pass to Thomas. Puts the move on. Here's Johnson.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
First team foul.
Ball against Thomas. Outside, Williams. Shot clock at 6. Melton outside. Offensive board. It's Thomas on the wing. Takes a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Nice pass by Cam Johnson, keeping his eyes up, letting things unfold.
Richard, when it comes to the Bulls, they have one of the most committed fan bases in the league.
Yeah, the Chicago fans are for real. The Bulls are routinely at the top of the list for total attendance. Even on the road, there are usually Bulls fans sprinkled into every crowd.
Brooklyn has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Knocked away. Thomas with a steal. Johnson passes to Claxton. Thomas outside. And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul of the game.
15 seconds.
Just over a minute and a half in. Pass to Thomas. Claxton a screen on Ball. And it's in there. Thomas has got 5 points.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Vucevic gets the bucket.
The ability to stretch the floor is such a dangerous weapon for Vuce and his team.
Here's Williams. Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for 3. The Nets haven't been to the conference finals since 2003. Richard, can you name someone on that team?
There was a 22-year-old dude named, I think it was Richard Jefferson, but most people have never heard of him. But seriously, the Nets have had some great players over the last 20 years. They just haven't had that same team success.
Now here's Horton-Tucker. Here's Buzelis. Back to Horton-Tucker. And there's a pick. Just 5 on the clock. White on the wing. Over Thomas. White can't hit. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Johnson a screen on White. Here's Williams. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. This is his second trip to the free throw line in this one. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Ball. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Lots of quick moves inside by Ball to get into great position for the score.
Here's Thomas. Rebound by the Bulls.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Ball against Melton. Out to the right wing. Now here's Vucevic. Defense is right there. 4 on the clock. Horton-Tucker can't hit. The Nets with the lead. Melton with the ball. Now Horton-Tucker defending. And Williams punches it home.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
White against Thomas. Outside White. Pass to Vucevic. To the wing on the left. Ball, a screen on Claxton. 3-pointer, Vucevic. The rebound by Melton.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
RJ, when you talk about Vucevic, is he the best NBA player ever to come from Switzerland?
There is an argument to be made. He has the most points by any Swiss-born player by far, and the only All-Star game appearances.
The shot by Buzel is no good. Brooklyn leading by 7. Pulls it from the corner, and Thomas gets it to go on the assist from Williams. Thomas has got 7 points in the game.
You could really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Williams a screen on ball. And here's Thomas from the arc. And it's cleared by Vucevic. The Bulls trail by 6. Ball with it. Guarded now by Williams. White on the wing. Pass to Buzelis. Now here's Horton Tucker. Thomas defends. Here's Buzelis. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Brooklyn out in front. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen from the Nets, what do you think, guys?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And rebounding numbers, sometimes we overlook them, but they can have a big effect on the outcome.
On the court for Chicago, Zach Collins out there with Smith. Then it's Williams. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Herder in at the 2 spot. Fast break. Here we go. And here's Collins for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Collins has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
He's got a sweet stroke from long range. Plenty of bigs do now.
Fires for 3. And it's Giddey with a rebound. Chicago has gone 4 of 8 from 3, a nice percentage. All right, Grant, when you look at the Nets rebuild, what are you seeing at this point?
Well, they gave up a lot of young players and draft picks to assemble a big 3. And, of course, that didn't quite work out. So now they're in that middle ground, which sometimes can be a little tough. Add to the fact that they're in New York, the fans and media are anything but patient and forgiving.
Nice, clean bounce pass. Sometimes the fundamentals are all you're going to need.
Here's Watford. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Here's Chicago now. Good momentum, 8 straight points. There's Herder with the 3. Pass to Smith.
First personal foul. Team seconds.
Here's Herder. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Nice execution on the inbound. Just how you want to draw it up.
Nets trail by 7. Here's Martin. Drains the triple.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Chicago has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the 3-point line in this game. Pass to Collins. Smith outside. The 3 ball. Brooklyn pulls it in. Martin with the ball. Guarded now by Williams. Fires the 3. They get it again. Russell to pass to Watford. Here's Whitehead. Williams defending. Just 5 to shoot. Whitehead can't get it to go. Chicago leading by 4. And a fast break now for the Bulls. Giddey finds Herder. Outside Giddey. The 3. Here's Collins. The ball's knocked loose. Pass to Watford. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Grant, there are such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, BA, they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk with the guys on the other side. And it didn't stop that much after we got to the NBA.
What are you doing? You can't give a player like him that much space. Come on now.
Martin against Giddey. The three. Martin misses. And Giddey has got the ball here for Chicago. 4-point game. They get the rebound. Pass to Herder. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. Giddey's got his 3rd assist of the night. The Nets have gotten only 2 of 8 field goals to go in the second. Now here's Watford. Sinks it. What range from downtown. Watford's got 6 points in the quarter. Giddey with it. Martin picks him up. To the left wing. Smith with a screen on Sharp. Oh, a nice shot by Collins. Nets trail by 7. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Herder. Smith left side. Outside Giddey. Pass to Williams. Lets it go from deep. Brooklyn pulls it in. 59 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. The Nets have gotten only 3 of 9 attempts to fall in the second. Russell to pass to Sharp.
Screen coming.
Russell against Herder. A little mid-range shot is up. The shot by Russell, no good. Chicago leading by 7. Outside Giddey. Here's Smith. Yes, it's good. Smith's got his first 2 points.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
Sharp, no good. Russell against Giddey. Herder from long range. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Chicago. They have a nice 9-point. Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball. And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Nets trail by 9. Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. DeAnthony Melton out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Williams in at the 3 slot. And that's the group for Jordy Fernandez as we begin the second half. Now here's Ball. Pass to Horton Tucker. Back to Ball. The 3 ball. Connects from downtown. Ball's got his second bucket on the night.
Love whenever Ball is assertive like this. This is how dangerous he can be on offense.
Claxton can't get it to go. Chicago leading by 12. And how about Nick Claxton? You'd be hard-pressed to find a more versatile defender.
He's come so far in that area since he came into the league. He's become an elite defender. There isn't a position on the floor he can't guard.
And that's a promising shot for Buzelis.
Well, Brooklyn's shooting just under 40% from the field. Pass to Johnson. Outside, Williams. From the arc. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 5 rebounds in the game. The 3 from Ball. Brooklyn pulls it in. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
And again, it's the Nets missing. Chicago has gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter. Here's Buzelis. Pass to Vucevic. And there's a whistle. That goes on Cam Thomas. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. 3-pointer, Vucevic. That shot off the mark. Nets trail by 15. For 3. And Melton is good for 3. Melton's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And stolen by Melton. Claxton with it. Now guarded by White. And Claxton gets the bucket.
Just selling the defense on the pump fake.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Nick Claxton, despite his relatively slender frame, is a hard-nosed defender. He said, "I bow down to no one. Every time I step on the court, I always have that chip on my shoulder. That's just the fiery competitor that I am. At the end of the day, I know what I'll hang my hat on, the defensive side of the ball." Brian?
Okay, Allie, thanks for that. And now the Bulls in transition. White against Melton. White, the pass to Vucevic. Buries it from 3. Vucevic has got 6 points.
For a true center, Vuce is excellent in that catch and shoot.
Outside Johnson. From behind the arc. On target from range. Johnson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Here's Buzelis. Give him 8. Gets the 3 ball to go.
And he doesn't waste any time at all. Buzelis got the ball and just attacked right away.
Oh!
Okay, that's just insane.
Strong finish.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. Pass to Vucevic. Here's Buzelis. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Vucevic. No good with the triple. Nets trail by 13. Williams from long range. It's hauled in by White. For Chicago, they've gone 5 for 9 from the floor in the third quarter. Three-pointer, Vucevic. They grab their own miss. A deep 3 from Ball. The long-distance 3 is buried. 10 points for him.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Pass to Vucevic. The shot. Vucevic missing again.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Here's Thomas for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Thomas has got 10. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Vuce doesn't get to the line as much as you would expect, but he does shoot a good number from there.
And he's good on the second. Nets trail by 12. Martin inside. Giddey defends. From downtown. Whitehead can't get it to go. Williams on the wing. Here's the 3. Doesn't go for him. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page, woo.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for the Bulls, getting the fourth quarter going. Smith out there with Patrick Williams. Then there's Zach Collins. Then there's Kevin Huerter. And it's Giddey in at the point.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Outside Giddey. Outside Huerter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Sharp grabs the miss. Nets trail by 14. possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a three each time.
There's Herter with the three. Russell with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Collins against Sharp. Back to Martin. To the left side wing. Watford the pass to Martin. There's the triple. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Smith's got his 5th rebound in this one. Williams from long range. Offensive rebound. Back to Giddey. Outside, Williams. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
Here's Giddey. Smith outside. A full line change here for Brooklyn. Chicago making some changes.
Substitutions on the court.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Horton Tucker. 6 to shoot. Here's Buzelis. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. And the Bulls lead by 16. The Nets have gone 1 of 4 since the fourth quarter began. Johnson passes to Thomas. Puts up a 3. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got rebound number 8 now.
Last 2 minutes to play. Fourth quarter.
Ball against Williams. Pass to Horton Tucker. There's Ball with a 3. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
3.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
Williams from long range. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Chicago with the ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Three-pointer, Vucevic. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 3 assists now in this one.
Balanced play has given them the lead and also quieted this crowd.
They've played fantastic ball, and you can feel the hush that's come over this crowd.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Bulls.
They were the more accurate club, and in the end, that made the difference, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
And what a huge performance it was for Lonzo Ball.
And he was getting buckets all night long, giving the defense that work.
All no good. And pushing it up the floor. Here comes Brooklyn. And he's going for the oop here. White with the steal. To the wing, right side. Three-pointer, Buzelis. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Bulls.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
Well, something else that has stood out to me has been their aggressiveness on the boards. They're just out-muscling the opposition on the offensive glass.
This is the challenge that Johnson poses. He's someone that understands how to draw contact.
And the first one at the line is good.
Shooting 2.
And Johnson drops them both. There's 37 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter.
Chicago foul. Lonzo Ball. Second personal foul. Team seconds.
First free throw is good.
D'Anthony Melton.
And that's good as he hits both shots. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth. The kick out to White. Over Thomas. The Bulls with another miss. And here are the Nets now. Pass to Williams. And here's Thomas. And here's Claxton. Covered by Vucevic. Stolen by Ball. It's 2-on-1, and there's the lob.
And I'll tell you what, the way they're able to pressure the ball and those quick hands, that's what led to an opening.
And as soon as they got the steal, it was off to the races. This is the aggressive mindset that the coaching staff encourages them to maintain.
So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. A statement road victory. So
Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways.
Well, this guy knows how to put on a show. Put Miles Bridges in the dunk contest. Did you see that?
The wide open look here for Vucevic. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
And here is Ball. Outside Williams. Lets it go from deep. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Here's the Hornets with the ball. Over to the left wing. Here's Okogie. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
And it's Ball penetrating. Pass to Buzelis. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic.
From way back, Buzelis already flashing range as a rookie.
Here's Ball. Excellent D there from Ball. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Driving inside. Pass to Buzelis. Here's Vucevic. Just 5 on the clock. Hornets with the rebound. Hey, DB, we don't see a lot of them, but from what you have seen and heard, what can the Charlotte Hornets do better to improve their overall game?
Well, I think one of the things you have to look at is what are they doing successfully on the offensive end and what are their weaknesses? One of the weaknesses is drawing fouls and getting opportunities at the free throw line. To me, Kev, the best teams do a good job of getting easy points, whether in transition or at the charity stripe.
Pass the Ball. Takes a 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
And Ball has tremendous confidence in that shot. As soon as the pass hits his hands, he's ready to pull up.
The kick out to Williams. Beyond the arc. It's good from long range.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Pass to Okogie. Charlotte moving it around. Here's Miller. It's deflected. Ball up top. Buzelis, no one around him. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Buzelis has got a couple of threes now in the first for the Bulls. Bridges, no one around him. And again, the Hornets missing.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Pass to Vucevic. Another 3 for Chicago.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
There's Ball with the 3. Bridges with the board. Hornets trail by 15. Right side, Williams. It's stolen by Vucevic, all by himself. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
The Hornets have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter.
Boy, when Vucevic is in that area, he's capable of sending it back.
For 3, Bridges. Rebound by the Bulls. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, they get it again. Vucevic with the bucket. Vucevic has got 7. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Chicago.
Their defense has been so aggressive right out of the gate, wasting no time shutting shooters down here with authority.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
Ball. Pass to Vucevic. Vucevic setting the pick for Buzelis. Outside, Ball. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Here's Buzelis. A three-pointer off the mark.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Intercepted. And now Ball pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And they'll get another chance. Pass to Buzelis. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. This one for three. It's good. The assist that time from Ball.
3 points.
Ball's got his 4th assist in this one. Ball up top. Inside. Stolen by Ball. And so it's Chicago, controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a comfortable margin here, guys, for the Bulls.
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball. And defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
We've got Yusuf Nurkic. Smith is out there with Williams. And it's Moore in at the shooting guard position. So that's who Charlotte starts the second with. Smith against Giddey. Smith kicks to Moore. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. The Bulls leading by 18. Steps back. Here's Giddey. Outside, White. Hands it from downtown.
Man, you have got to honor White on the perimeter. Once he gets comfortable from there, it's going to be bad news for the defense.
Smith dishes to Moore. Pass to Jeffries. They set the pick. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for Chicago. Outside, White. Moore against Giddey. Now Horton Tucker. Shot clock at 5. A shot. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. Doris, it's great to see the excitement that surrounds women's basketball currently, isn't it?
It's great, Kevin, that these incredible players with a high skill level are being acknowledged, not only for that skill, but the quality of play, the competitive spirit of these women. They have worked as hard, and they should get as much recognition.
And Collins is right there.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Smith kicks to Williams. To the middle. Stolen by Collins. Giddey with it. Now Smith defending. Here's White. Oh, good on the triple. Hornets trail by 19. Pass to Nurkic. Moore in the corner. Back to Nurkic. Now here's Williams. Here's Smith. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
The ball goes to Chicago.
Chicago leading by 19. Giddey with it. Hasn't made one yet. And he drives in. The 3. Smith, no luck. And so it's Charlotte with it.
2 minutes
remaining. Left to the wing.
2 minutes.
Smith scanning the floor. Here's the 3. Collins grabs the miss. Chicago has gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. Offensive rebound. Right wing. And the foul called on Grant Williams.
Grant Williams.
That's his first foul.
Foul. First team foul.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Horton Tucker's shot is off. Hornets trail by 19. 3-on-3. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Kobe White became one of the top candidates last season for Most Improved Player. He says, I always try to just let the work show. I wanted to prove that I could be a starting guard in this league. I've just got to continue to get better every day, be aggressive, and be who I am. Kevin, back to you.
All right, D.A., love that attitude. Moore with the bucket. Moore's got his second basket of the night.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Scooped up. Collins. And finished off by Collins.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putback.
GA, strong work all around. And the rebound and the stuff both. Wow. Moore with it. He's picked up by Collins. Hauled in. Pass to Jeffries. Smith against Giddey. 6 to shoot. Smith outside. Charlotte needs to get a shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The Bulls leading by 16. Now Giddey. No scoring in this one. Collins passes to Smith. Fires the three. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Moore. Finished off the break.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls sitting with a comfortable lead up. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been one outstanding game from Matas Buzelis.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. They've got Kevin Huerter. Buzelis out there with Vucevic. Then it's Williams. And it's Ball in at the point. Buzelis' shot is good.
And Buzelis is in a rhythm now. He's playing to his strengths and taking what is offered from the defense.
Ball dishes to Bridges. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Bulls leading by 17. Here's Buzelis. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 6 assists now in the game. Charlotte shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. And it's Williams with the jam.
You've got to see the whole floor. LaMelo Ball does exactly that, finds the open man.
When you look at the game of Mark Williams, Doris, what impresses you the most?
Well, probably his size and athleticism. That combination makes him an immediate fit. He understands which shots to take on the offensive end, seems to have a great feel for how to position himself on the defensive end and how to mix it up on the glass. This guy is always ready to shoot the 3. LaMelo's so confident from distance.
And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. Down by 15. Out to Bridges. Back to Ball. And it's Miller in the corner. The kick out to Ball. Launches it. And it's the Hornets, another 3.
I think one of the things that makes LaMelo Ball so dangerous is his confidence. The jumper is pure.
Huerter on the wing. Fires from deep. Rebound by Williams. The Hornets on offense. Good momentum, 8 straight points. And And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down now to just 10 in the basket from Ball.
And with that burst, you can count on LaMelo being the first up the court on the break. He won't miss a chance to get out and run. Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And that'll be 2 free throws. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge.
Personal foul. First team foul. At the line for your Hornets.
Time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Buzelis, the open look. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. And that's 17 points for Buzelis. Buzelis sets a screen for Ball. Pass to Buzelis. Buries it from three-point range. Buzelis has got 11 points here in just the second half. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the new leadership in Charlotte has made it clear that it's not going in for quick fixes. The goal is sustained success, building with youth and development. Call it roster flexibility or a blank slate. But with some promising young players and more health, there's nowhere to go but up. Kevin?
Health is huge. That's the hope. Hey, David, thank you. And that one drops for him.
Boy, it looked like the defense was perfectly positioned. Outstanding contest. And Josh Giddey says, I don't care. I'm scoring anyway.
And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Smith for 3. Chicago grabs the miss. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Giddey. Pass to Horton Tucker. Drills the three-pointer. And the Bulls lead by 19.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Smith, the pass to Nurkic. Out to Smith. Over Giddey. And so it's the Chicago Bulls taking a 19-point lead into the break. And with his... How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Smith. Nurkic is out there with Williams. And it's Jeffries in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Bulls leading by 19. Here's White. No good with the triple. And so it's Charlotte with it. Takes it inside. And the rejection by Smith.
Nice job by Smith. Gets a piece of the ball without committing the foul.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Some changes for Chicago. Here's Ball. And the layup is good.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot. But right now, this guy is cooking.
Buzelis sets a screen for Ball. Pass to Buzelis. Back to Ball. Good work there as it goes.
I'm a fan of how Ball uses that size inside. Excellent at getting his shot off close to the basket.
Here's Okogie. Bridges deciding where to go with it. Bridges a screen on ball. Out to Miller, goes back up, and it's in there.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass was coming.
Bulls leading by 17. Pass to Buzelis. Vucevic setting the pick for Buzelis. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Buzelis has got 14 points here in the second half.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
Drains the three-pointer.
A huge reason Miller went so high in the draft. His three-point stroke. It's exactly what you want in a wing.
Here's Buzelis. Defended by Bridges. Pass to Buzelis. Nobody near Williams. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Deflects the pass. On the wing, Miller. Outside, Williams. Herter with it. Bridges covering. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stump.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And he gets it to go. And the Bulls lead by 21. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Bulls.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. That aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
Pass to Okogie. Bridges outside. And the three ball is good.
Well, Josh Okogie sees somebody working in space and puts the ball on time and on target.
Here's Buzelis. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Bulls.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Buzelis.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
And it's Williams finishing it off. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Buzelis. Up and in. That's his 10th make in the contest. He has only taken 13 shots.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Bridges misses. And the Bulls with possession. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. The shot by Buzelis, no good. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Good on the three-point shot.
That's just great recognition by LaMelo Ball. The pinpoint accuracy makes it easy for his teammate.
The shot by Buzelis, no good.
Basket by Brandon Miller.
Shot on the way. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This one was over well before the final.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the villain with the dice and me and top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the beer. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beer.
now, Clark. When you take look at how these teams play, is it fair to expect a slower pace of the game?
I certainly think so, partner. I mean, both teams are extremely disciplined. They're not really interested in going up and down in a windshield wiper fashion. They value taking care of the ball and playing in the half court.
So the Nets starting five. Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Cam Thomas is out there with the Anthony Melton. And it's Williams at the three, the small forward. Really left alone that time.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
The Hornets on offense. It's a three-point game. And taken away by Johnson. Oh, Claxton in position. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
Now, here's ball. Back to Miller. It's good. The assist that time from Ball.
And more than just a jump shooter, Miller's very good around the rim. A rare quality for a wing these days.
Outside Williams. Outside Thomas. Back to Williams. Pocket six. And he lays it straight in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Williams, a screen on Miller. Thomas passes to Melton. Thomas kicks to Melton. Puts up a three. Bridges with the board.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Well, DeAnthony Melton flies under the radar, Clark, but he is a solid role player.
Rock solid in every way, partner. Does a little bit of everything. You know, he's a disruptive defender and has great instincts at that end of the floor. He also can space the floor for you because he can make threes, but also can make plays, too.
Outside for Thomas. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Stolen away. Floats it up for Williams. It's stolen by Johnson. Claxton finds Williams. Back to Claxton. Melton feeling it out a bit. Thomas outside. Score the basket. His second of two attempts. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Nets.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
You know, points off turnovers is something else they've excelled in. I expect the opponent at least to try to squeeze that orange a little better.
Here's Williams. It's following the three by Charlotte. For the three. They grab their own miss. Thomas dishes to Johnson. Outside for Thomas. Johnson, the pass to Thomas. Just 5 to shoot. Fires the three. Bangs home the trifecta. Thomas got 9 points.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And it's the Hornets with the ball, following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Bridges sets the screen for Ball. There's the lob to Bridges. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Perfect communication and timing on that alley-oop. Bridges saw the opening and then bounced right to the rim.
Johnson with a screen on Miller. Thomas finds Johnson. Back to Thomas. And the layup's good off the glass. 14 points for him.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And the rejection by Claxton. Williams with the steal. Thomas against Miller. Sweet move. Thomas, no good. Hornets trail by 9. Bridges attacking. Pass the ball. From deep. Brooklyn with the rebound. Over in the corner, Williams jacks up a 3. It's good from long range. Williams has got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes.
And so it's Brooklyn up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And if they keep draining the threes like they've been so far, their lead is safe. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Nets pretty much in control here, it would seem.
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
They've got Smith, and it's Diabate in at the 5, home in the paint. So that's the group out there for Charlotte.
Clever.
Whoa, the solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly, caught the defense totally off guard.
Tell you what, the coach's heart was in his throat, and he was in shock and awe. But now he's got a big smile on his face.
Brooklyn leading by 11. You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we were just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
And Russell gets it to go.
Nice reaction by D'Angelo to the defense sagging back. Just drops in the simple floater there.
Pass to Moore to the right side. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul.
It's on D'Angelo Russell. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Terrific read on the part of Russell that time. Scanned the court, spotting the open man, and then whipped it there for an easy bucket.
Pass to Martin. Up top, Watford. He's guarded by Williams. Screened by Russell. Here's Watford. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And the Nets lead by 15. Smith for 3. The rebound by Sharp. And so Whitehead will bring it up for Brooklyn. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points.
Boy, Russell loves to take and make these quick trigger shots. Plays with a nice rhythm and flow to his game.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year, Draymond Green, says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake of thinking they can put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
Got the 1-2 punch as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. D.A. thanks. Hornets trail by 16. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. The Nets have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Russell from long range. It's rebounded by Charlotte. With all the great ball handlers, Clark, in the NBA, Russell's got to be right there at the top of the list.
And the thing that impresses me, Kevin, is how smooth he makes it look and how effortless it appears. Even at full speed, he can make moves that most guys can't even imagine.
And Russell puts up a deep three. They get it back. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish.
Maybe that'll help them recapture their edge a little bit, guys.
Pass to Russell. Screen by Watford. Russell passes to Watford. 6 to shoot. From the arc. Out to the wing. From outside the arc. Shots good by Whitehead. And the Nets lead by 16.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Smith kicks to Moore. Williams sets a screen for Smith. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Sharp with a screen on Smith. And it's Russell missing. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Jeffries. And it's off from three-point range. Brooklyn leading by 14. The 3. Here's Watford. He's guarded by Williams. They set the pick. Pass to Russell. Over Jeffries. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that concludes the first half. Brooklyn ahead. They lead by 14. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. We've seen Cam Thomas really having a great game.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Starting off the second half, here's Jordy Fernandez's 5. Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. DeAnthony Melton out there with Cam Thomas. And it's Williams at the small forward position. Here's Thomas. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Thomas got 16 points.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Johnson in the corner. Launches a 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Johnson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And Ball gets double teamed. Miller the pass to Ball. On the wing, Bridges. He's guarded by Williams. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. One thing you know you're going to get from Bridges, he can really score.
That has never been a problem for him. He's always been able to put it in the basket. He's got a really good feel and stays in attack mode when he's on the offensive end. You know, one of the things that endeared Miles Bridges to his college coach was he was a superstar in talent, but played with a blue-collar mindset.
And Williams slams it in.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up.
Yes, he does. That's what we call helium. East rising and helium floating.
Bridges misses. Nets leading by 17. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Miller against Thomas. Nice move. Kicks it out to Johnson. Thomas sets a screen for Johnson. Back to Thomas. Shot clock at 5. And Thomas with the stop.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Deep 2 from Ball. Brooklyn with the rebound. Claxton's got his 5th rebound in this one. And Thomas has it in the corner. Melton sets a screen for Thomas. Puts up a 3. Miller grabs the miss.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Now, here's Melton. Hasn't made one yet. From deep, Thomas. That doesn't go either for Thomas. Hornets trail by 15. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldris.
Kevin, Commissioner Silver has been direct. The NBA is hoping for more competitive All-Star games. I've said as much before, but last year's high-scoring All-Star game did precede the league's not-so-subtle move to cut down on foul calls and allow for more defense overall. They are trying to get it right. Kevin?
It couldn't be a great game without defense, so we like the direction. DA, thank you. So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Williams dishes to Smith. Pass to Jeffries. Back to Smith. 6 on the shot clock. And here is Moore. It's good, the assist that time from Smith.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Sharp, the pass to Johnson. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He is an absolutely imposing finisher around the rim.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. Just effective.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Here's Moore. The rebound by Sharp. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Watford finds Sharp.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands.
Yeah, he wanted credit for the basket and the assist on that one.
No problems knocking that one down. Williams has got 6.
Boy, I like how quickly he threw the bounce pass there. Hard to defend against that.
Al Russell. Fires the 3. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets up by a dozen here at the end of... While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Bridges out there with Nurkic, and it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. So that's the Hornets 5. Claxton the pass to Watford. Shoots over Ball. The shot by Watford, no good. And so Miller will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They trail by 14.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Here's the 3. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Whitehead, covered by Miller, and it's good for 2. And the Nets lead by 16. Charlotte's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Aaron Sharp, he's checked in for the Nets.
Number 20, Aaron Sharp.
Charlotte has gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. There's Miller with the 3. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got his 7th assist here tonight. Driving the lane. Here's Melton. Here's Sharp. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. But it's no good. To the paint. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition switch ignited.
Here's Whitehead. And the Nets miss again. Hornets trail by 11. Ball with it. Williams picks him up. Ball, the pass to Bridges. Lets the 3 flies. And another 3 for Charlotte.
High drama here, guys. I mean, they've managed to get hot just when it looked like this thing was out of reach.
And what a huge injection of energy they got here in crunch time. Suddenly, they're an offensive juggernaut.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
3 points.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long.
Oh, it's just pounded in. Pounded in.
How about that?
Off target from three-point range. Brooklyn leading by 9. Whitehead passes to Watford. Sharp against Miller. His three-pointers off the mark. Charlotte working against the clock now. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got his 9th assist in the game now. Here's Watford. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Charlotte. They're on a 13-3 run. Ball with the bucket. Ball's got his first points in this one.
I do not know if there's a more confident family in the NBA. Ball wants the ball when it matters most.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Charlotte making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Then for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Charlotte. Johnson comes in for Trendon Watford. And Thomas subbed in for D'Anthony Melton.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And there's the foul. It's on Cameron Johnson. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
No problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Outside, Ball. Bridges sets the screen for Ball. Driving to the basket. Oh, what a huge basket to tie the game.
And Ball ready for these moments, showing he wants the rock in his hands. Love it.
Johnson. Good.
And they do have a foul to give.
And it's the Hornets ball. They're on a 19-5 run. Williams against Ball. Bridges passes to Miller. Ball feeling it out a bit. No good from three-point territory. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with